Hello everyone, welcome to this question where we are going to find the following bearings, 6 of them. So for part A, right, I'm going to use red color. We will need to find the bearing of B from A. So the north arrow should be positioned at point A. And the north arrow is indeed at point A. And in this case, BA will be the ending line as highlighted here. And when I draw that bearing out, we should start from the north arrow in a clockwise direction. And that will be our bearing that we are required to find. So in this case, then we can see that since it is north, east, south and west, I would then know that there is a 90 degree here. So for part A, the bearing of B from A would then be equals to 90 degrees minusing the 33 degrees down there, right here, to give me a final answer of 57 degrees. And at this point, do take note that since this is 57 degrees, but all bearings are required to be written in 3-digit. So the last thing is to put a 0 in front of the 5, and that will be the final answer for part A. And let's move on to part B, where we are required to find the bearing of C from A. So that is what we are going to do here, and to make it easier for everyone, I had duplicate the diagram up already. And here, the bearing of C from A, again I'm going to repeat the process. Bearing is from A, so that is where the north arrow is. Ending line will be AC. A and C makes that ending line. Bearing. When we draw the bearing, we need to start from the north arrow in a clockwise direction until it reaches the ending line, in this case AC. So the angle that we will need to find for this bearing would be this, and we already know this is 90 degrees here in black. We also know 68 degrees here. So what do you think? How can we find this bearing? Yes, simply 90 degree plus 68 degree, 158 degree, and this is already in 3-digit. So this will be the final answer. And now let's move on to part C, where we are required to find the bearing of D from A. So this is straightforward. North arrow at point A. DA or AD is the ending line. So I'm going to draw the ending line. Bearing is drawn starting from the north arrow. In a clockwise direction until it stops at the ending line, in this case AD. So this is the angle that we are required to find for the bearing of D from A. Yep. Alright, and I do see something here. I see that there is a 27 degree here, and I do know that this angle in black, what do you think this angle is? What's the value of this angle? Yes, 270 degrees. And I just have to minus away the 27 degree. That will give me my blue color bearing of 243 degrees. Next, we will need to find the bearing of A from B. Oh, now it's from B, meaning that I look at point B here. There is no north arrow. This means that I do need to draw the north arrow myself. Okay. And the ending line again, AB. So starting from the north arrow at point B in a clockwise direction, this will be the bearing that we are required to find. Okay, and previously in part A we have already gotten this angle here. This angle here will be 57 degree. What do you notice about this? Yes, it is also 57 degree here because of the fact that the two north arrows are parallel. This is an alternate angles of parallel lines, right? So in this case here, I also already know this 180 degrees until here. So the bearing of A from B would then be simply 180 degree plus 57 degree to give me a final answer of 237 degree. Alright, next, bearing of A from C. So that's where the north arrow is going to be at. So I am going to draw a north arrow at point C. Okay, just draw a long one so it's easier to see. AC will be the ending line. Bearing starts from the north arrow in a clockwise direction until it reaches the ending line. So this will be the bearing that we are required to find. And in this case, I would like to bring your attention to this triangle here. I hope you can see that this is actually a right angle triangle, and from here then I would then be able to get this purple color angle easily, which I'm going to call it, I'm going to label this particular point here F. So at one side, angle ACF, which is the purple color angle, is 180 degree, minus away the 90 degree, minus away the 68 degree, to give me a value of 22 degrees. And so my bearing will then be simply 360 degrees minusing this 22 degree to give me a final answer of 338 degrees. And now for the last bearing for this question. Part D. Point D will be where the north arrow is. Again, I'm going to draw the north arrow. And AD will be the ending line. Bearing starts from the north arrow and stop at the ending line. So in this case, it's pretty straightforward because I do have a 90 degree here. This is a right angle triangle. And so the bearing would then be simply 180 degree minusing my 90 degree and minusing my 27 degree there. This will be the angle sum of a triangle. So this will be equals to 63 degrees. And again, because there's only 2 digits, but all bearing requires 3 digits, so this will be 0.63 degrees. Alright, as I look back at my working, perhaps it is good to, if we know what property we are using, then it will be good to let people know as well. This, I'm using the property of angle sum of a triangle. Same goes for here. Angle sum of a triangle. This will be angles at a point. And with that, we've come to the end of this video. So if you like this video, do give it a thumbs up. Let me just pull all this up. Okay. And thank you and have a nice day.